A used condom fell on my finger. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I found out that I was not the only one. Girl, pull over, let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's your girl Lauren here. I'm back with another girl pullover video. I'm so excited to do this one because my other one, y'all really liked it. And I'm really excited because this series is literally meant just for me to talk about my stories, give advice, just to have talk. And I feel like just putting positivity and out there and making y'all laugh and making y'all smile or feel warm or whatever I can do to add to this negative ass world. But yeah, this is episode 3. Anyways, let's get into it. So as y'all have heard from the title, and obviously if you've watched my other video, you know that my dating life in my past was very bad. So there was a guy that I talked to, I believe this was like sophomore year, junior year of college, around that time. This is somebody that I was actually cool with beforehand. So we were cool. We always saw each other walking past on campus. We hung out with each other. There's like videos of us at parties, like just like jamming and singing along to music and stuff like that. But out of nowhere, we went to, I think it was a TSU HOCO, and we got real cozy. Things just started to get more elevated after that. So I didn't expect to like him because I've never talked to anybody that was like my height. I always talked to giants. But he was just like the sweetest guy ever to me at the time. I don't know, when we finally had a chance to sit and talk and hang out with each other, it was good. It was amazing. I remember he took me on a first date, and ironically his mom shows up in the back, and I'm like, what? She's like, oh my God, I ran into my son. Oh my gosh. She's like, who is this? Sometimes it's like, man, I wasn't ready for that. Anyway, we started getting more and more cozy to the point to where I at least thought that we were on a path of like talking and like exclusively talking, because we were talking and I guess always around each other for months. It was maybe like 2 months, maybe 3. But it got to the point where I was always at his house. I was always at his crib. He was close by. We hung out like 4 times a week. It was crazy. It was a lot. I was always there. And one thing that I did back then in college that I told myself as a grown woman, I'm never doing that again. Baby, don't play house. Please don't play house with no man, especially if he ain't your man. Like, please don't go and buy him a sheet pan. Obviously, the dynamic became more physical. And I think when you're doing physical things, like everything just kind of goes blind. Sometimes you forget about the emotional aspects, and that's just not a good place to be in. Let's keep going. So while we were consistently seeing each other, I was taking a trip one weekend to Cincinnati to visit my cousins. And I was only going to be there for 3 days, and he FaceTimed me every single day, and I did vice versa while I was out there. Keep in mind, I'm going to repeat myself, 3 days. Just 3. When I came home back to Houston, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I get to see you, blah, 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 yada, yada. So I went out, and I knew he was going to be at the same place because he told me. So we were all having fun. Girl, I got a little drunk. I was just all like, oh my God, come get me. Oh my God, save me. You know, like when you're drunk, you just, oh my gosh. Oh my God. So he was like, oh yeah, yo, I got this. My car was safe and sound at my friend's house, so I went to his crib. Side note, the outfit I was wearing, so since I was out, you know I was wearing an outfit that was showing some skin. So when you go out and you show skin, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna need some boob tape. Speaking of boob tape, I really want to try that Blondie, I think it's Bondi, that pen that like has glue in it or something. It's like clothing glue. If you use it, let me know some. I had on this top to where I had to put on double-sided tape. So I had like 5 pieces of tape on me, and I'm like just making sure that this top stays intact all day, and it did. I get to his crib, and obviously, you know, we feeling it, and I said, hold on, I'll be right back. So I went and I started changing to like the t-shirt that he gave me and like whatever, a pair of boxers. And so I was taking off my top in the bathroom, and then that damn tape, since it's double-sided, you have to take it off and kind of like pat it on something or fold it. So I was patting it in this man's trash. Just patting it. Oh. A used condom, hot, fresh, and ready, fell on my finger. And at that point, my top is half on, right? And it's just sitting here. Let me tell y'all how devastated I was. Because, baby, I was only gone for 3 days, you horny f***. So I walked out and I had like tears. I can laugh now. But I was crying. I walked out. I was like, he was like, what's wrong? And I said, he said, oh. I said, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, like she blocked me the same day to make you feel better. That makes me feel worse. What do you mean she blocked you? Like, what did you do? She blocked you the same day. I was just like frozen. I was so sad, y'all. I was like, it's only been 3 days. Because this is the thing. Can I say something? Can I say something? Obviously, that's not my boyfriend. So he can do whatever he wants to do. But like, don't let me see it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I like playing Delulu. You need to play along with my Delulu. Damn. And so he was like, Lauren, like, she don't mean nothing to me. Like, it's okay. Mind you, I went back in that bathroom and I just went like this. I washed my hands probably like 15 times and I was bawling crying, y'all. I was bawling crying and my whole body was actually shaking. And then he was like, are you still gonna stay here? Or do you still want to stay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I literally just like laid down and I was shaking like this because I was drunk. Where am I gonna go? I was drunk out of my mind. But I'm like filled with emotion. I'm just laying down on like the edge of this man's bed and I'm just like this, bawling, crying. And the next day, I woke up the next day and I was still crying. He was like, I guess I don't want to hurt you, so I guess I gotta just do me. I was like, oh wow, okay, cute. Y'all, that same night, that like when I woke up the next morning and he told me that and I drove home just upset as hell. That same night I went to a party. That man walked in with 3 women. And not only did he walk in there with 3 women, they sat he like walked them in like this and like sat them next to me. I said, okay, motherfucker. Because who do you think you are? I went to this thing by myself. It was a watch party for, I think, a fight. I know it was Ryan Garcia. I don't remember who the other one was, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, he keeps looking at me like. But then what's crazy is like months after I realized that those girls were just a part of him and like this big friend group. But the way he like presented it made it seem like it was just not that. Like it was like, oh, I came in with all these girls, I'm taking care of them. It was horrible. Like that was crazy. I was like, are you out of your mind? I went in my car, I ran to my car. One of my friends, she came to the car, she saw me in there just like sad. I hate being in positions to where I am like by myself and I see stuff like that and all I have is like just me and my thoughts and my emotions at that time. So I just have to leave. I have to run. You know what I'm saying? So I left by myself and sat in my car and blocked him and I drove home. And time he would just always try to just say something. And I'm like, I can't forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like he would always circle back around and I'm like, I can't forget that at all. And the thing about me is like once I get turned off, like if you do me butt ass dirty, I'll be done. We weren't even in a relationship, right? So it's good. Like we don't gotta be in our feelings about it. Like we good. I let go of my little cry and now we're good. But y'all wanna know something funny? That night when that next day after I found that stuff on my finger, when I got home, I was still so disgusted. Y'all don't understand how disgusting that shit is. I was still so disgusted that I brought down all these hand wipes, hand sanitizer, what do you call that soap? That dish soap. I was like scrubbing the mess out of my hand. I scrubbed probably 10 times. Y'all, I'm like really traumatized. And during that time, I really had like the worst trust issues ever because I'm like, damn, I always find things out and I don't even ask for it. It literally will just fall on my lap and I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas. But I say that because I now want to talk to y'all. I want to say something. If you are in college, understand that your dating life, if you're lucky, then cool, you find your college lover, whatever. But most likely, you're going to run into a lot of bullshit for your very first time. And that shit is going to suck. You're not going to know what to do sometimes. Understand that you really got to pour into yourself and love yourself and really try to learn who you are during that time so that you don't fall into a cycle of always being put into those situations and not understanding why. So for example, I understood that I was too nice. If I started seeing red flags, I would dismiss them and think like, oh, well, they're people, like everybody's not perfect. I used to make excuses for people's red flags. Do not do that. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how nice he is to you. If there's something that does not fit, this soda is whooping my ass from the back. If you have non-negotiables and that person just does not cut it, no matter how sweet and whatever, they can be your friend or you can just move on. Please, please take that advice, please. I understand how fun it is sometimes to do it for the plot. I know, I hear it. I've been there, done that. I'm 25. I'm about to be 26 soon. And I will say that ever since I started pouring into myself and loving on myself, I'm not saying I've run into better prospects. Well, now I have. I feel like how you approach dating and talking to people will change completely. Because now I'm like talking and it's peaceful and it's actually very lovely because I stuck with my non-negotiables. I'm just trying to grow as a person. I don't want to be the same. I don't want my mind to stay at a certain size. I want it to continue to expand. I read all the time. I educate myself all the time. I'll watch lectures on YouTube. I try not to consume so much online because y'all, a lot of people online will spread such toxic shit and leave y'all in the gutter. They tell you, hey, do this and do that and do that, but baby, they are setting you up for fail. Because they do that and they think that that shit is fun. I don't think toxic stuff is that fun. I'm so sorry. Back then, everything was just new. Like me going to a man crib, I was like, oh, shit. Now, shit ain't funny. And then looking back, it never was. And only entertain it if it makes sense. Please, don't set yourself up to be in a position to where you're just going to get your feelings hurt. Please. And then lastly, for everybody else, I think the dating pool is actually pretty bad. But I think this is just such a good time to pour into ourselves and to like explore our creative outlets and to try new things. I'm about to graduate with my master's in business. I decided to just randomly go back to school to get a business degree because I want to explore avenues in entrepreneurship and marketing and stuff like that while I pursue my music and film efforts and everything. So I just think what I'm trying to say is, without saying too much, is that the moment that I started working towards the things that really mattered to me and pouring all this love into me, listening to the word, and filling my mind, my heart, my spirit with positive and fulfilling things, everything changed. Everything changed. My mental health, my dating life, my skin, my hair, my physical body, my perspective, how I view things, how I talk to people, how I walk into a room, everything changes. Everything is more magnetic now because I let go of them past habits. I let that go. Baby, you don't want to put yourself in a position where a used condom falls on your finger with a guy that you're supposed to be exclusively talking to. Y'all, let's get up. Let's stand up. Stand up! Don't make life about a man. Or if you're a man watching this, please don't make life about a woman. You are doing yourself and also that person a disservice by ruining their experience just because you have insecurities and because you're not ready. Like, please listen to me. Pour into you and do it when you're ready. And sometimes people are not ready, but they're working on themselves and they're finding people that come up during that path towards that destination. And they're both like on the same mindset. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm talking about people who need to change and don't want to change. Stay away from that shit. I became Oprah. I'm sorry. Since this is becoming a series that I'm just falling in love with, I know there's some new followers here. I'm gonna open the comments. I already know kind of what I want to talk about. Next video is gonna be more of an advice video, but I want to know what you guys want to hear. I have way more stories to tell for sure. It's not just dating. There's just other stories that I can tell also. But I just want to grow the Girl Pullover series. Reading y'all's comments made my day. Like hearing that y'all were listening on the treadmill, you know, doing it while you were doing your skincare, your makeup routines and stuff like that. I appreciate it so much. And crazy enough, I used to like struggle so much with speaking. So I'm really proud of myself for doing stuff like that. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on TikTok, the link is in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go ahead and click that button and the like and leave a comment and share it. But I'm about to get back on the road, baby, because auntie is hungry and I'm tired. All right. Oh, I hurt my foot. Bye, guys.